Welcome to another deep dive. Ever really stop to think about the massive industry behind keeping athletes safe?
It's huge.
Exactly. Today, we're diving headfirst into, well, maybe an unexpected part of the global economy, the sports protective equipment market.
Yeah, it's more than just, helmets and pads.
Right. It's this dynamic, growing sector, multi-billion dollars, with really significant implications for sports globally.
Hmm.
And just so you know, all the insights, the really powerful data we're using today, it comes straight from cognitive market research.
Great source.
Absolutely. So our mission, let's unpack these numbers, look at the key trends, and really pinpoint where this market is taking off. We want to give you that shortcut to understanding a sector impacting athletes everywhere.
And globally, the scale is, well, it's fascinating. Back in 2021, this market pulled in over $8.4 billion in revenue.
Wow, okay. 8.4 billion.
Yeah. But looking ahead, it's projected to climb to nearly 10.5 billion by 2025.
Okay.
And then a pretty impressive surge to over 16 billion by 2033.
16 billion.
That gives us a solid compound annual growth rate, the CAGR,
Yeah.
5.5% globally.
Yeah.
So it's not just steady, it's, robust, shows real foundational demand.
Okay, so significant global expansion. That's a strong baseline. Now let's unpack this growth. How does North America fit into the picture?
North America definitely plays a major role.
Mm.
In 2021, it accounted for almost $1.9 billion.
Right.
And it's projected to grow steadily, too, hitting around $3.45 billion by 2033.
Yeah.
That keeps it at a respectable CAGR, just over 5%.
Okay, solid.
Within that, the U.S., as you'd probably guess, is the largest piece. Its market's projected to hit nearly $2.35 billion by 2033.
Makes sense.
Canada also shows really strong growth. Its market's expected to almost double over this time frame. But what's particularly interesting in North America is Mexico.
Oh, what's the story there?
Mexico actually has the highest regional growth rate in North America, a striking CTR of nearly 6.4%.
Wow, 6.4%.
Yep. Its market is projected to more than double between 2021 and 2033. Could be down to a few things, maybe more investment in sports, better awareness about safety.
Or just more people able to afford gear.
Potentially, yeah. A rising middle class investing in quality gear is definitely a hot spot to watch.
That's fascinating. Always interesting to see where that real energy is. Okay, North America. Solid, established growth, with Mexico as a standout.
Yeah.
How does Europe compare, with all its different sports cultures and established leagues?
Europe as a whole looks pretty similar growth-wise to North America, projected to reach over $3.1 billion by 2033.
Okay.
And its CAGR is just over 5.3%. What's interesting there is the variation within the continent. The UK, for example, stands out.
Right.
Impressive CAGR over 6.1%.
Higher than the average for Europe, then.
Exactly. Shows real momentum. Its market's expected to nearly double by 2033. Germany also shows strong growth, and then you see steady expansion in places like France, Italy, the Nordics.
Any other sort of anomalies like Mexico popping up in Europe?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
While most big nations show consistent growth, that rest of Europe
Yeah.
categories, the mix of smaller countries, that actually shows the highest TDR in Europe, over 7.3%.
Really?
Yeah. It suggests there are significant opportunities popping up, maybe less visibly, across a broader range of smaller or developing European markets. Could be specific sports taking off or just rising safety standards more broadly.
That's a great point about those kind of hidden pockets of growth. Okay, now, Asia Pacific.
Oh,
Often a powerhouse. What's the story there? Are there specific countries really driving things?
Oh, Asia-Pacific isn't just a powerhouse. It's the largest contributor globally by quite a margin.
Right.
It clocked over $3.45 billion back in 2021.
Yeah.
And it's projected to hit over $6.36 billion by 2033. The TGR there is just under 5.4%.
Okay, massive scale. Who's leading?
China?
China, as you'd expect, leads the way regionally. Its market's projected to reach over $2.3 billion by 2033. Healthy growth there. Japan and South Korea also contribute significantly, steady expansion. But I'm guessing, based on the pattern, there's another standout somewhere.
You're right on track. While China brings the sheer volume, India really stands out for its growth rate.
Ah,
Yeah.
Its market is projected to nearly double between 2021 and 2033. That's a remarkable TIGR of almost 6.5%,
nearly 6.5%. Why such strong growth there?
likely fueled by, well, its massive young population, a growing interest in sports beyond just cricket, and, increasing affluence means more investment in gear. It's a huge future opportunity.
Makes sense.
And also worth noting, Southeast Asia is showing a very healthy TIGR too, nearly 5.9%.
Okay, so strong, consistent growth across these huge Asian markets, especially India. Let's explore South America next. How does its market stack up?
South America's market, it's smaller in absolute dollars, sure, but still robust. Projected to grow from just over $430 million in 2021 to around $758 million by 2033.
And the growth rate?
CAGR is 4.84%. Brazil, naturally, has the largest share within the region. Its market's also projected to nearly double over this period. And you also see healthy growth rates, around 5% in Argentina and Colombia. It indicates, a consistent rise in sports participation and demand for safety gear across the continent.
Got it. What about the Middle East? We hear a lot about investment in sports infrastructure there. Does that translate to protective gear?
Absolutely, and in a big way. The Middle East region is showing incredibly strong growth.
How strong?
Its market is projected to more than double, from just under $500 million in 2021 to over $1 billion by 2033. That's an impressive 6.22% CAGR.
Wow, over 6%.
Yeah, and the UAE particularly stands out there, a very high CAGR of 6.64%.
What's driving that in the UAE? Events.
Likely, yeah. Major international sporting events, big government investment in facilities, and just a rising focus on health and active lifestyles. Saudi Arabia also shows strong growth, projected to nearly double its market size, too.
Sounds like that region is really leaning into sports.
It really is. And interestingly, much like we saw in Europe, the rest of Middle East category, it boasts the highest growth in the entire region, over 8.4% CAGR.
8.4.
Yeah. Points to broader expansion across smaller nations there. Maybe sports culture diversifying, becoming more accessible.
Fascinating. Okay, finally, let's look at Africa. We often hear it's a rapidly growing market across many sectors. Does protective equipment follow suit?
It does, and this really highlights the potential in emerging markets. Africa shows, well, really impressive growth momentum.
All right.
Sales revenue was just over $470 million in 2021, but it's projected to triple by 2033. Triple, reaching over $1.33 billion. This reflects a continent-leading CAGR of over 7.37%.
Wow.
Makes it one of the fastest-growing regions globally for this market.
That is quite a trajectory. What's driving that kind of explosive growth in Africa?
It's truly remarkable. Nigeria and South Africa are leading the charge, both projected to more than double their market sizes by 2033, with CAGRs well over 7%.
Okay.
This kind of growth, it's likely fueled by Africa's rapidly expanding youth population, rising incomes, and just a growing enthusiasm for organized sports, both amateur and pro.
And maybe more focus on safety standards, too.
Definitely. There's a significant push for sports development and safety awareness across many African nations. That translates directly to demand for gear. And again, that rest of Africa segment, showing an exceptionally high CAGR, over 8.3%. Broad-based growth.
Incredible. So after looking at all these regions, what does this all mean for you, the listener?
Well, if you connect all these dots, it's clear this market isn't just expanding, it's really accelerating everywhere.
Yeah.
Yes, established markets like the US, Europe, China, they keep growing steadily.
Right, the base is solid.
Exactly. But the real story, maybe the biggest opportunities, they lie in that rapid ascent of emerging regions. Africa, India, Mexico, the UAE. They aren't just growing, they're exploding in some cases. It signals a truly global increase in people playing sports, and crucially, a rising emphasis on keeping athletes safe worldwide. It's more than just selling gear. It feels like a cultural shift towards prioritizing safety.
A really important point. And just to reiterate, all the figures and insights we've gone through today are sourced directly from Cognitive Market Research.
That's right.
So given these really compelling trends we've discussed, what do you think is truly driving this passion for sports and this heightened focus on safety, especially in those rapidly expanding regions? And what might that signal for global sports culture in the years ahead? Something to think about.